Hi, you guys. Sarah Pacaro, Rapid Transformational Therapist. I'm going to talk to you today about how narcissists and toxic people test their victims. It's like a microphone. Let me use my water. Testing, testing. They're constantly checking. They're testing you to see if you're working, to see if you're responding. So how do they test their victims? What does this look like? Well, there's two things in the world of the narcissist in their mind. You're either for them or you're against them. That's it. Are you with me or are you against me? If you're with me, you're with me and you're a source of supply. If you're not with them, you're against them and you're seen as the enemy. You are combating them. So you're either with them or against them in their world. And you will notice in a relationship with them, from the moment that you meet them, they are testing. They're testing constantly. So they're constantly checking to make sure that you are for them, because if you're not, you are public enemy number one. You have to constantly prove this all the time. They need this validation. Are you for me? Are you sure? Are you sure you're for me? Are you sure? Are you sure? And they're going to test. They're going to put you through this little obstacle course that you have to get out. And it's like, look, I'm for you. And even then, they have such low self-worth and self-belief that they don't believe that you're for them. So they're going to test you again. So you have to constantly be proving that you are for them and not against them. Because the moment that they feel that you're against them, they start to treat you as the enemy that they perceive you to be. So you're constantly having to prove this, even though you're like, I just did this for you. Oh my gosh, I just told you. What the hell? They are testing you in many, many ways. And they do this because they need this endless amount of supply. It's that vortex, it's that pit, it's that black hole with a giant hole in the bottom, and everything that goes in just slips right out. It's not like a cup that gets filled with self-love. No, it has a hole in the bottom, so they're constantly testing you. And they do this in many ways. So they're seeing if you're going to be there for them. They're seeing if you are going to do what you say you're going to do. So you're the narcissistic supply, and if you don't give them that supply, the supply is the validation. There's good supply, and then there's like where you're cooperative and you're doing what they ask you to do, they're doing that. And if they don't get that from you, well, they still get it from you, because you either hand it over willingly or they take it from you. So they're still going to get it. They're going to take it anyway, but this is in the form of bad supply. And the bad supply is where they devaluate, they debase you, they put you down, they belittle you. There's these little passive-aggressive comments. There's, I was joking. God, you're so sensitive. Look at you. You can't even take a joke. These little ways to cut you down to make it known that you're not worth anything to them. You have very, very little worth to them. You have some worth because you're in their life, and so there's some sort of supply. There's something that they're getting for you. Maybe maybe you live together and you keep the house clean and you keep food on the table and you keep groceries in the fridge and you take care of their children for them. Whatever it is, they're getting something from you. You are some source of supply. So you'll notice this, that they're constantly testing you, these things that make you go crazy when they test you. They test you to see if you're going to stick around. They test you to see if you're for them or you're against them. They want to know that. They constantly need to know that, because even if they feel like you're for me, their sense of value and self-worth is so low, they're like, are they? But are they really? And so they're going to test you again. And they mistreat you, they put you down, they call you names, they give you the silent treatment. This is one of the most common ways that they test you. Because think about it, when they give you the silent treatment, at first it's like, oh my God, thank God. And then it's like, wait, when are they coming back? What are they doing? Are they with someone else right now? Are they cheating on me? I've caught him cheating on me in the past. What are they doing right now? So there's the silent treatment. So this keeps you running back to them, trying to break that silent treatment, going, wait, here, look, no, you're okay. Look, I believe in you. I trust you. Da, da, da. Like all these things. Boom, validation. Boom, source of supply. So this is the stages of narcissistic abuse. There's the beginning stage, the love bombing phase, where you're getting showered with gifts and admiration, all these compliments, and you're on top of the world, and they're just like, oh my God, greatest thing since sliced bread, and you actually truly do feel like that. But then there's the devalue and the discard phase, and that's the cycle of a narcissistic relationship. There's love bomb, there's devalue, and then there's discard, and it just goes around and around in a circle. Pretty interesting that it's the same thing as a trauma bond. So they're constantly keeping you in this cycle, in this loop, and that's breadcrumbing. They'll sprinkle in even after they've devalued and discarded you. They're testing you, and they test you with sprinkling and some love bombing. Maybe they say, well, we'll go to counseling, we'll get therapy, I'm going to work on it. I know I'm not perfect, but nobody is. I'm going to go to counseling. And then you think, okay, well, wow, they're really putting in effort, they're going to get help. No, they're just testing you. They're testing constantly all the time. As they're devaluing you, the interesting thing is they can also be love bombing you. And this is what they do to keep you in their web of control. They say things to you to test you and devalue you that cause you pain. And they don't have the ability to feel your pain. The reason why is because they lack emotional empathy. So they can cause your pain and they can say, God, I know I hurt you. But that's not the truth. The truth is they don't have the ability to feel the pain that they caused you. And you feel like you've been run over by a damn Mack truck on the side of the road when they take you through that devaluing and discarding phase. But they do these things to see if you're going to stick around. Are they going to stick around? Are they for me or are they against me? That's why they do these things. They want you to come beg for them, to come plead, to tell them, you're amazing, I've never found anyone like you, please don't do this to me, we can work on it, I can change, I promise. All the while they're telling you those same things, and they're getting you to say sorry. I'm sorry I did that, I won't do that again. When they're the ones that should be apologizing. So you're saying sorry for what they did. And it's testing. Are you for me? Are you against me? And they're getting you to come back and beg and plead. And you find that you're apologizing for doing these things that you're like, wait a minute. I didn't do that. But that's part of the gaslighting, the crazy making. So they'll lie. They will threaten. They will manipulate all over the place. And watch out because they do this in court too. It's not just in the relationship. And they bring their children into all these lies and these manipulations. They triangulate everybody. You'll find that they lie, they threaten, they manipulate, they say things like, why are we doing this? I don't want to fight with you. I love you. You mean the world to me. I would do anything for you. I would die for you. All I want is you. All I want is to work this out. This isn't good for the kids. Really? You want to break up the family? That's what you want? All I want is to work with you. You guys, they're testing you. They're testing you to see if they still have power and ability over you, if they can still control you. That's what they're always doing. Another way they'll test their victims when it's not face-to-face is over the phone. During a conversation, like say that you have to co-parent or you have to talk to them or figure something out, and you'll say, okay, like you're gray rocking, and you're like, got it. Yeah. And you're leaving emotion out of it, and then you get the information you need, like maybe, hey, when are we going to talk to the lawyer? It's like pulling teeth to try to get an answer because they go around everything. Well, I need to look into it. Okay, when are you going to look into it by? I'll let you know. Okay, when are you going to let me know by? And you'll notice they're very, very vague with their answers, but this is another test. So say you do have a good conversation, and on the phone, you say, okay, well, I talked to the lawyer. I'm going to get back to you by Friday. And you say, okay, great. Thank you. And then they stay on the phone. And you're like, okay, well, thank you. I got to go. Why? Why do you have to go? What are you doing? Who are you going to go hang out with now? Why do you have to go so quickly? What's going on? And you're like, wait a minute. Why are you in such a hurry to get off the phone? You see, when you have gotten the information you need, and then you say, thank you, okay, time to go. Like, we don't need to sit on the phone. We're not friends. We're not going to sit and chat about our day because you're gray rocking. You're not giving them any information. You're leaving out all the emotion. That's a form of rejection for them. When you say, okay, I need to go, I got to get off the phone, time to go, like you said you'll talk to the lawyer by Friday, great, got it. And then you got to get off the phone, they felt rejected. Or maybe you're having a fight in person and you're like, I'm not doing this. And then you walk away. Same thing. That's a form of rejection. And to them, you become the one that, like, maybe they walk away from you or you walk away from them, and then maybe they say, oh, come on, don't walk away, let's talk about this. And it's that future faking. They're giving you what they know that you want. They know you want to talk about it, and so that's exactly what they use against you. And they say, come on, let's talk about this. Really? They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to come and say, hey, look, let's work through this. We've got this. No. They're going to say, you know what? You don't respect me. You don't love me. And all I do is sit here and give you everything you want. Look at all of this. What more could you ask for? What more could you want? You never have time for me. You have time for your friends. You have time to go do this, and you have time for that and that, but you never have time for me. You know what? You put everyone else first. These are all testing phrases. These are all phrases that they use to test you, to get you to say, no, babe, no, honey, it's not like that. It's not like, I do put you first. Of course I love you. Here are all the ways I love you. I do this for you and that for you. And there's that validation that they need. That's you being their source of supply. That's them testing you. Are you for me? Are you going to tell me and praise me all the ways that I'm so amazing and great? Or are you against me? So they're constantly testing you. They get you to do that to prove that they're still the one, and they're so great, and they're everything that you want. They do this to just see if you are for them, and they constantly need this reassurance that you are for them. You'll notice, if you think back on the relationship from the very beginning, they've been doing this from the very beginning. You'll notice in the love bombing phase, they move very quickly. They tell you they love you right away. They start really, really love bombing, especially if they feel like you're a very confident person and they have to work even harder. And a lot of women I work with say, I was really confident. I was like, I loved who I was before I met this person. So that just turned up the volume and the intensity on the love bombing phase and makes them do it even harder. They'll tell you they're soulmates. They'll tell you that you were meant to be together and how much they love you. They've never loved anyone as much as they love you. They are testing you from the very minute that you walk into their lives. They always want to know, are you for me? Or are you against me? Can you be a source of supply for them? And in the beginning, in the love bombing phase, we fall for it and boom, you're a source of supply. You're caught in the web. And if not, they're going to go after you. They're going to take you down. They're going to smear you. They're going to devaluate and discard you even more. So I hope that this makes sense of how a narcissist is with their victims, that they're constantly testing. Everything is a test in the relationship with them. So if you are still in that relationship, I hope this kind of shines some light on what you're going through and empowers you to get out and take your life back and then heal from within. The last thing you want to do is do the very thing I did and continue to make this mistake over and over again, because you simply go from one relationship to another and you don't stop and you don't take the time to heal from within. That's one of the worst things you can do, not only for yourself but for your children. It impacts everything in life. So I hope this information and video that I share with you guys helps you along your journey regardless of where you're at. And if you are looking for a way to go within, a way to heal, to get your confidence, your self-worth, your belief in yourself back and break this cycle, truly heal from all of it, because it's all connected to how we grew up and the children that we were impacts the adults that we are. So that's the journey that we go through. If you're ready for that, please reach out and connect. Like, love, share, and I love connecting with all of you guys, and I hope you have a powerful day. Thank you.